I'm building a budget Hoonicorn, and I think we just found our engine. That one. What's even cooler than the engine is who we got the engine from. Gordon Bailey. This is probably one of the best Bronco builders in the world, whether you want a perfectly restored Bronco or you want something absolutely insane for rock crawling. And he had a spare 302 that came out of one of his Broncos.
For whoever's wanting to do the drift car,
who would that be?
That would be this one. That would be this one.
This is a 302 roller engine with aluminum heads and an Edelbrock fuel injection system. My dad's getting a
289, what the Mustang was born with.
Bailey was super honest about why he wasn't running it. He had flipped it while in the Bronco, and there was a very faint oil leak. But for $1,000, incredible deal. I forgot to get footage of us loading the 302, but we did it by hand, and here's the footage of loading up the 289. Before we left, I asked one of Bailey's techs where I could find some budget turbos, and he recommended this site called Turbos for Less that makes clone turbos, and he said just find something that spools up very quick. Now what we have to do is we have to get these out of the bed of the truck, and we actually hand loaded them. I forgot to get the 302 because I was busy herniating my spine, but I do have the 289 on footage, so we're going to get a cherry picker is what I think they're called, pull it out of the truck and take it into the shop. So let's do it. Made it in one piece. All right, so I know this is stupid, but I've always heard that it's really hard to pick up and carry an engine. So I decided I wanted to try and carry in the 289 by hand. That was heavy. After becoming a man, I decided it was time to truly become a part of the family. All right, we just got the engine unloaded. It's on this stand right here, and we also found out we're on a time crunch. We have 2 months to get all 3 builds done so we can make it to...
Did you say done or running?
Running. Running is done for me. What's the show called?
It's the Centennial. They're going to try to set a world record here in Oklahoma on Route 66.
And we want to be a part of the world record, obviously. Yeah, so we're going to enter it into the parade. So we're going to go grab some bolts so that way we can put it on this stand right there. And yeah, we'll be back. All right, we just got the engine mounted and now it's time to clean it. All right, first we're going to stuff it full of plastic. Recording. All right, I just filled it with trash bags, and now we're going to spray it down with Simple Green. Hi.
Let's start with...
Ooh. Started running away. We're gonna try hitting it with the hot power washer. It's super high pressure, so it just tears everything off, including your skin. Okay, we're back. It's been a few days, and we're gonna work on the engine because it does this fun little thing where when you try and turn it over, it won't turn over. Oh, no, we're not. It binds up or something, so we get to take it apart. Yes, exactly what I was hoping. But we have to anyways, because in order to put twin turbos, which everyone said we should do, we've got to do some modifications and get forged pistons and rods and some other upgrades. So it'll be good to take it apart anyways. So let's do it.
Then I got it awfully close to that classic car with his engine.
Jeez, would hate for it to fall in there and start running.
Yeah.
Fuel injection.
Right.
These are actually Edelbrock
Yeah.
Magnet Morelli Pro Flow fuel injections.
Took these
I
off.
don't know if you knew that.
Hang on.
So it hit one like right here.
Yeah, on the other side. But yeah, you're right. That's it.
Wow.
Right there's the end of it.
So it's right there.
Right there.
We did a little off-camera work and we built this, and it was horrible and way harder than it looks. So, but it looks cool, right? Doesn't it?
Right, yeah.
Our part cart. Just gonna loosen this up. Once we were able to get these covers off, we found underneath that we had some comp rocker arms, which I'm really hoping to keep, and maybe we can keep the push rods.
Good stuff, man.
Ooh.
Stubborn.
It's under pretty good.
See a lot of gray silicone on this one.
Once we got the other cover off, we tried rotating it again to see if we could figure out which piston was binding up, and it really didn't help. Hopefully we can uncook it.
We will uncook it.
I got a big fish. Oh. Oh, it's wiggling pretty good over here. Once we got it opened up a little bit more, I found quite a bit of dust and dirt in there, so I was kind of glad that we ended up tearing everything apart because it definitely needed cleaned. Okay, so we just got it open. It sounds like we're actually gonna have to remove these.
The motor won't turn, so there's either something in one of the cylinders that's coming up on a compression stroke, or either way, I feel like we gotta take the heads off. Yeah, save me. Found it. The washer in this one. We can put this bad boy back together. We
Nice.
just need a gasket set.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Turns out there was a whole washer in one of the pistons, so we went ahead and tried to rotate everything afterward to make sure we actually fixed the problem, and it worked, so seemingly fixed. Since it wasn't rotating super smoothly, we sprayed some WD-40 in there and then made sure that everything was clean and no extra surprise damage. So we have a decision to make. We're going to either take it all the way down so we can get it prepped for twin turb skis, or we don't do that. What's the other option? We don't do it?
Yes.
We just put it back together? All right, go ahead. Put in your vote. Twin turbos? Did we all say twin?
Naturally aspirated horsepower.
I heard twin turbos in the back too. Holy smokes.
He has a
All
weird
right.
way of-
Weird way of pronouncing twin turbos. Yeah.
Sounds like naturally aspirated.
Here we go. I tried to keep it. Sorry.
So it looks like just like the way it was in the motor.
So we just removed the water pump, and now we also removed the harmonic balancer. What do we?
The bolt.
The bolt. Do something else, I imagine. We're now using the Maddox engine take apart tool to take apart the engine.
It is the Maddox harmonic balancer puller
Wow,
that we got
that's cool.
from Harbor Freight because we are not professionals. This is not what we do for a living.
Wow.
If you don't have one of those, you got a rough day ahead of you.
So it sounds like this is a good spot for us to stop because
We're gonna start tearing the bottom end down tomorrow, and I wanna make sure when we take it apart, and we organize it better than what we did tonight. I didn't plan very well. So we'll clean this place up a little bit, drain the oil out of it, flip it over, pull the timing chain cover off, pull the timing chain off, pull the cam out. I guess get low compression forged pistons so that we can run boost.
see you tomorrow then. While we were taking apart my engine, Jacob was putting his new engine into his Falcon, and he was making custom brackets to help mount it, which was really cool. Right, you guys missed something.
I drained the oil.
That's what you missed.
And when I drained the oil, I got water first, then I got oil, but there was a ton of copper. If you remember from your GT 500 days, when you blew up the supercharged motor,
Yeah, I remember that.
copper bad. And then I looked at the plug and it's just coated in metal. But we're gonna take it apart anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. Cylinders still all look great. So let's spin this thing over and start searching.
Oh.
Antifreeze, keep going. We got that.
You did want to keep the pink color though, right?
Yeah, I was really hoping we can save it, but unfortunately, I found out that my dad said there's no way to save it. I have to get rid of it.
Like a heart walk or cancer walk.
Their colors are different, I think. Yeah, different pink. It's the wrong shade. All right, I'm sure this is gonna be beautiful. Let's come up close. This hasn't been opened in 25 years? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is it dented?
Yeah, it's dented. I think it's dented around the pickup too.
What do you got in there?
Metal in there.
Some metal? The metal! Dun, no, 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 no.
Oh.
Seek and destroy.
You guys hear that?
This is like Griswold.
There's a demon making chirping sounds. Anyways.
We pull them out and bring them straight up and then put these back on. All right, so take this off.
What's wrong with that?
A little striation in that.
You don't want striations like a muscle?
It's not even, right? It's on the outside. I don't know what that means, honestly. If you know what that means, comment below. But I've never seen it on the outside edge. I mean, I better be honest with you. Small block Chevys, all I've ever done. And it was farm builds, you know. We just hit it with a glaze, deglazer, hit it with a hone, put it back together. There's engine builders all over the world that aren't watching your video right now, but somewhere they know there's somebody doing something stupid to a 302 right now and they're cringing. Got it? Don't
Yep.
twist it. Leave it just like that.
Don't twist it.
Look how bad that is. It's completely worn down.
Bad.
Bad.
Engine builders, tell us.
Engine
Is that
builders.
bad? What's wrong with it? Ain't got no gas in
I
it.
ain't got no gas.
So we continued pulling all the pistons out and kept finding random spots that felt like they were threaded because they were so scratched up. Not really sure what was happening here, but I almost wonder if the engine was actually running with that washer in there and it was causing things to not work properly.
It's a boy. Oh, wow. It feels like, literally like it's threaded. Threaded crank journal right there.
Cook.
Almost. There we go. So one of the pistons came out. It actually was holding all the oil from the engine. That's where it all was hidden. And now it's on my leg. Right. Look at that. Perfectly clean. Incredible, right? Gloves. Find them at somewhere. So we're gonna take everything out of it and then we're gonna take it to a machine shop. Lucia, what is it? Lucitos. Lucito's the best in the world. It's the only one I know, but I've heard good things, so it's the best one we know. The rest of the engine came apart pretty easily. There's quite a bit we're not going to keep, but I feel like we have a solid foundation. I just need to find some good forged pistons and rods, and then also figure out the entirety of how we can put a turbo on this. Yeah. But I'm trying to do a lot more voiceover in this video because there was so much footage and I have so much more to go through. We're a little behind. So if you like the voiceover stuff, let me know. I'll try and do more of it. And if there's anything you think we should know about the build or any suggestions you have, just comment below. Yeah.